vertex form, we just talked about the h and we talked about the k. How does the h move the functions?
Left to right.
Left and right, but we just said you have to do the opposite, so I'd add that note. Oh, left, that's not supposed to say left or opposite. That's supposed to say left or right, but you have to do the opposite. All right, now how does k move this function? Up or down? All right, so now, okay, we got to talk about this a. Does anybody remember what this a does? What if that a was a -1? What would that do to it? And, okay, so it's normally, everybody look back here. Normally a parabola opens up like this, correct? But if it's negative, it's going to flip it to make it go down. Okay, so your a tells you if it's going up or down. Which one would go up if your a is what? Positive. And if your a is negative, it'd go down. It does one other thing. Okay, so I want you to think about this. If this was your original function, x squared, somebody give me a number.
14.
All right, 14. What did that do?
Make it wider.
It did, oh, wait, the red was the original one, the blue is the new one.
Made it small.
Okay, so
That was wide.
it was wider, right? And now it got what? Skinnier. Okay, so this is called a stretch. Okay, so if your a can either stretch it, which is going to make it tall and skinny, yeah. Or it can do the opposite. What would you say the opposite of a stretch is?
Shrink.
A shrink. And what's the opposite of tall and skinny? Short and fat. Yeah. So let's talk about what kind of number would make it shrink. So 14 made it get tall and skinny. Okay, let's think about what -14 would do. What did that do? It just did what?
Flipped it.
It just flipped it. Did it still keep it skinny?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about what we might have to do.
Make the number smaller.
Make the number smaller. Smaller than what?
Than 14.
Smaller than 1. So we're going to make it a fraction. Do you see how that got short and fat? Okay, so if it is, I'd make this note. If your a is greater than 1, it's going to stretch it. If your a is less than 1, it is going to shrink it. Now, did -14, did that shrink it? No, it just, the negative just tells you if it's going up or down. Don't worry about the sign when you're thinking stretch or shrink. Okay? So now, number 1, we're going to start putting it together. Okay? What does this -1 right here tell me? It's going right, and right how many? Good, right 1. All right, what is this +3 telling me? Up how many? Very good, up 3. Now, it doesn't have a number where the a should be. So what number could I put there if I wanted to? 1. A 1. Is that one positive or is that one negative? So this guy's going to be opening in what direction? Opening up. Very good. We okay? No? Yes, no, no. All right, number 2, okay? Let's start with this -5. What do you think that -5 is telling you, Nyla? How is that moving? Right, how many? Good, right 5. All right. Yadiel, how is this +7? How is that making this move? Up 7, awesome. All right, now we have to deal with this -3, okay? We're going to deal with just the negative first. What does that negative tell you? It's opening in what direction? Opening down. All right, now what does this 3 tell you? It is a stretch because it's 3 bigger than 1? Yes. So you're going to say stretch of 3. So if you're going, but that 3 is negative. The negative just tells you up or down. You're just going to look at the number for stretch restraint, not the sign. Be okay? All right, I want you to do number 3 in your group. I need 4. We're going to actually have to do this, but we're going to have to graph it. Okay? So look at number 4. The first thing we have to find on number 4 is the vertex. Okay? Now remember, this was your parent function if you just have x squared. And that originally starts at 0, 0. Okay? But is this the same function?
No.
It's moved. Okay, how does this move? Right 2 and what? Up 4. So if I go right 2 and up 4, what's my new vertex as a coordinate?
2,
2, 4. Everybody okay with that? You change this on the inside, outside stays the same. Alright, so your vertex is 2, 4. And go plot that on your graph. Alright, so is that one coordinate enough to draw a parabola?
No.
No, okay? So you're going to take your vertex and you're going to put it in the middle of this table. Alright, that's got an X and a Y or an input and an output, correct? Okay, so we're going to go one above it and one below it. So this is a numerical order, 1, 2, 3. Where am I going to put this 1 to figure out what my output would be? I just heard it. In the what? In the X. So in your calculator, you're going to do 1 minus 2 squared plus 4. You're going to take out that X and put in a 1. Yes. Are you okay? What's wrong? This is what we're doing right now.
All the time.
Okay, we got 3 more problems. After that, we've got 3 problems. After that, then we're done. All right. So what do you get when you put 1 in your calculator, y'all? 5. Okay, and now you get to do the same thing, but instead of putting in a 1, you're going to put in a 3. Yeah, put that in your calculator, see what you get. Ainsley, what'd you say? 5. All right. Should these match, y'all? I know. Should these match? Yes. Okay, so go graph a point at 1, 5. It's going to not be perfect, but it's going to be in between 4 and 6 and 3, 5. All right. How many points do I have on my graph now?
3.
Okay, sure. Hear me say this. On your test, I'm going to need 5 points. Okay? Right now, I only have how many?
3.
3. So I'm going to show you in just a second how to get the other 2. All right, the next thing I want you to find is the axis of symmetry. Reach in your bucket, grab a highlighter, and I want you to go in and I want you to highlight the axis of symmetry. Where is the axis of symmetry going to be? And what number is it going to go through?
2.
2. Good. So when I write it, I'm going to say what?
X equals 2.
X equals 2. Very good. All right, now I have to decide, is my vertex a max or is my vertex a min?
Max.
Is it the lowest point on the parabola or the highest? Min. It's the lowest point. Good. All right, now it wants me to find my y-intercept. We kind of talked about this before. If it's on the y-axis, what does the x have to be? 0. Okay, so make yourself this note. Find the y-intercept. You're going to substitute 0 for x. So everywhere there's an x, you're going to put a what number? 0. So you're going to have 0 minus 2 squared plus 4. Put that in your calculator. Comprehension on 8. Alright, so your y-intercept is going to be 0, 8. Now go ahead and graph that on your y-axis. Alright, now I have how many points? 4, but I told you we need how many? 5. How am I going to find that 5th point? What word? Yeah, we're going to mirror it, y'all. This is my axis of symmetry, correct? So both sides have to be symmetrical. So if this is 1 away from my axis of symmetry, I I can go over here and go one away from the axis of symmetry. Do you see how that's symmetrical? I basically just mirrored it across that line. Yes, no, kind of?
I'll go one away.
Like, to get here, I'd go 1 over, correct? So, to get there, I have to go 1 over. This is 1 away from the axis of symmetry, 1 away from the axis of symmetry. Does that make sense? All right, now you can connect your parabola. All right, last two things. What's my domain going to be? Love it. All right, range. What is the lowest this goes? 4, bracket 4, the highest it goes is? Very good. All right, once you have that, go look at number 5. First thing we have to do on number 5 is find the vertex. What is our vertex going to be? -4, 7. Why is that a -4? The inside, you got to do the opposite. Good. So my vertex is -4, 7. Go plot that on your graph. And then how am I going to find my other points? Yeah, go put it in your table. Put -4, 7 in the middle. What would go above it? And what would go below it? All right, good. Now, when you put this into your function, you got to be really careful. What's hanging out on the outside right here? A negative. Make sure that gets in your calculator. So you're going to have negative parentheses, -3 plus 4 squared plus 7. 6. Okay. Now, you could put -5 in, but what should -5 give you? Good. Go plot those 2 points. All right, the next thing I want you to do is graph your axis of symmetry. Where's your axis of symmetry going to go? -4, okay? And when I write it, I'm going to write what? X equals -4, good. All right, I'm not going to connect it yet because I need how many points? 5. I only have 3. But is this, Lydia, is this going to be a max or a min? Very good, because my vertex is the highest point. All right, how do we find the y-intercept? Plug in what? Not -4. 0. Put 0 in for x. See what you get when you put 0 in for x. Plus squared and then plus 7. I'm hearing 1 for -9. All right, good. So that's your y-intercept. Go graph it. All right, now how do I find my 5th point? We're going to mirror it. Y'all, how many is this away from the axis of symmetry right now? 1. Well, how many do I have to go over to get my axis of symmetry? 1, 2, correct? So now I'm going to go 1, 2. It should be right here. And then you can connect your parabola. All right, what's your domain going to be? Love it. All right, range. What's the lowest this goes? -infinity. Good. What's the highest it goes? +7. Good. Awesome. All right, I know we've only done 2, but how are we feeling? Is this the worst thing ever? No. Would you rather do this or factor? Okay. Flip over. Go like that. All right, we got 2 more, and then we're done with this. All right, 6 is a little weird because it doesn't have a what? Okay, what is that? What do you call that outside number? The K. It doesn't have a K. So if you wanted to put a K there, you could put plus what? Not 1, because that would change it. Plus 0, okay? So now, what is my vertex going to be? 3, 0. Very good. So where is 3, 0? It is in the middle of 2 and 4 on the x-axis. Very good. All right. 3, 0 is going to go in the middle. What else is going to go on your table?
2 and 4.
Come on, people. 2 and 4. Good. Now substitute those into your function. See what you get.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, I can't tell your eyelashes are so long. Put it in your calculator. See what you get. All right, what do you get when you put in 2? -1, so 4 should also be -1. All right, go graph those. All right, Tyrus, where's your axis of symmetry going to be?
That one right there.
Okay, what number? What number does it need to go through?
Is that 3?
That is a 3. Very good. Okay, and y'all, when you write it, how are you going to write it? X equals 3. Very good. All right, Travis, would this be a max or a min? Good, because your vertex is your highest point. All right, y'all, how do you find your y-intercept? Okay, put 0 in for your x and see what you get. -9. Good, so go graph 0, -9. All right, and now when you mirror this one, you kind of have to be careful because 3 was kind of in the middle. So I'm like 1.5 to my axis of symmetry. You with me? Kind of. So I'm going to go half and then 1. It should be right here at 6. And then you can connect your parabola. My domain is going to be -infinity to +infinity. All right. What's the lowest this goes? Okay, be careful before you answer this. Think about this. What's the highest this goes?
3.
3 or 0?
0.
0, y'all, because when we're talking about our domain, our range, is that the x of the vertex or the y? Make sure we're using the y. All right, one more and then we're done with notes. What's kind of weird about number 7?
Yeah, it has not been.
There's no parentheses, correct? Okay. Do you know which number is easy to find, your h or your k? Your k. What's your k going to be, Roland? 6. Okay, so we know that this is going to be a 6. But what does that mean your h is going to be? 0. Yeah, good. So 0, 6 is your vertex. So we'll go plot our point at 0, 6. All right. What else could you fill in based off that point we just plotted? Okay, I can do my axis of symmetry. Where's my axis of symmetry going to be? X equals 0. Yeah, you can go ahead and fill that in. Okay, we can fill our chart in, but I want to fill in something else before my chart real quick.
Domain.
Okay, I can fill in my domain. What's my domain?
Negative and negative also.
Yeah, because that's always the same. How do I know what the y-intercept is? Look at your graph. Where does it touch the y-axis?
6.
At 0, 6. So, y'all, your y-intercept and your vertex in this case are going to be the same. If that happens, you only have to find 3 points instead of 5. Okay? So now go ahead and fill in your chart. What numbers are going to go in this chart? Very good. All right, now I want you to put those into your function and figure out what your outputs would be. Well, don't let your friend fall asleep. All right. Yes on 7 or no on 7?
No.
Okay. What did you put in your calculator now? You see where you put -1 plus 2? Is there a plus sign anywhere up there? So you should do 2 parentheses -1 squared plus 6. There you go. All right. So these guys are both going to be 8. Okay. Go graph -1, 8, and 1, 8. Now, I already found my y-intercept, correct? Can I reflect the y-intercept if it's on the axis of symmetry? No, so 3 points on this one is fine. Alright, last two things. Is this a max or a min? Min. And what would the range be?
6. Infinity.
To infinity. Very good.